Hello everyone. This is your girl, Sugary Girl Candy 2012. And I'm making this video because I've been informed by somebody that commented on my Devil May Cry video that I made over a couple of months ago. Um, about even after the DMC game still being out, NT are still being assholes. So I'm like, okay, maybe they just said a couple of words and blah blah blah. But as I read, the person's comment, um, I'm giving him credit, by the way, for why I'm making this. As I was reading his comment, he told me basically that during the GDC conference, NT were there. They were talking about DMC, their game, and they sorry about all the by the way. They were taught. Then they started to again talk about the DMC, the old DMC games, and to again take jabs at the old fan base. So basically, as you as you're gonna see in my video, I'm gonna post videos. I'm gonna post pictures of um, the conference. The pictures they had in their little area, and show you what's now getting people in the uproar. And then you have people saying, oh, this wasn't intentional, and they were just doing that to joke around and blah 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 and blah 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 and blee. Okay, well, first of all, I don't think it's really joking around when you're posting a picture of old DMC4 Dante to be specific, in a picture of Brokeback Mountain. They be like, oh, they're just joking and this and that and blah blah blah. Okay, like if they weren't taking jabs at the old fan base, and if they were just joking, they would have used like another picture for that. You know what I'm saying? They would specifically use Brokeback Mountain and then post a picture of Dante and say, "Oh, we're just joking." You don't do that, dude. Like there's plenty of Western movies that you could have put him in to say that he doesn't fit in. Well, basically they were saying when they posted that what they were trying to say. I guess they were trying to say, but they weren't really trying to say is posting him in there saying how he doesn't fit into the standards of of the West and stuff like that. But they're video games. Why do video games need to fit into anything really? But so basically they posted this picture and they were basically saying, um this is how he's not supposed to look, and he looks too unrealistic and all this other crazy stuff. But then there's the argument of you could have chose a totally different movie and setting to say that than what they chose, because we all know when you look at Brokeback Mountain, you don't think that's a badass Western movie and that's a badass cowboy movie. You think of two gay cowboys. So for them to post him in that picture and then to show it to people and then try to say, "Oh, it was a joke," is bullshit. To all it sounds to me is like they're assed at the fact that their game sold like shit. Well, again, they set themselves up for that shit. Them and Capcom. Capcom by saying they wanted controversy. You don't say you want controversy, and then when you get the controversy, then it's a totally different story. And then Capcom with their insulting comments. And what kills me the most are the people who are defending this crap and saying, oh, they weren't really, like, they didn't really mean it like that and blah blah blah. Well, I hate to bust your bubble, but NT have been known to do shit like this even for their other games, especially of the blaming of fans and people for how bad their game did. Oh yeah, they blamed Sony, and they blamed the people, they blamed the consumers, and they blamed Sony for how bad Heavenly Sword did. But did you know that Heavenly Sword, why the writing in it, why the game was so short, but the story wasn't bad. The story wasn't really their writing. They had the game outsourced to other developers. But onto the point of this, it's just crazy to hold on. Let me pull this website back up. I'm gonna actually post it, the um the website, in like the description somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm gonna post it. But it's all in Japanese, but we all know, it's no surprise, and it's not like, let me see, how can I say this? Um, oops. It's not really a surprise to say, I mean, a surprise. No, 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 no. Let me say it like this. Um, you can't really say, "Oh, this is just a joke and this is nothing meant to offend fans," when everything they've been saying for the past 2 years now towards DMC fans about the fan base, about the game, about Dante being too much of a pretty boy, Japanesey looking character, and then to post some shit like this does make you think. And then to have other pictures of saying what's cool and what isn't cool means they're still clearly butthurt and mad that their game didn't sell well. There's and people are saying that old DMC fans can't seem to leave this situation alone, but if you really look at it, how can old DMC fans leave this situation alone if NT can't even leave it the fuck alone? You know what I'm saying? People are leaving it on. People are trying to get past this, moves past this situation. You know, just move completely past it. But how can you do that when you still have the developers acting like a bunch of immature pre preview-essing teens? Where's the professionalism, dude? How can you continue to beat down upon the fan base and then think people are supposed to respect you for it? You don't do that, dude. You don't you don't insult potential consumers, and you don't insult you don't insult a fan base that made your game series. And that part is referring to Capcom. And they're sitting up here letting NT do this, which is even more disgusting. To let them do this. I mean, you guys were the ones that running around telling people if they didn't like what they seen, heard, whatever, then simply don't pick up the damn game. People did that, and now these motherfuckers are still taking jabs at us. These mofos are still um, making mentions of the old Dante, and they're still basically is like, oh, okay, because our game didn't sell and people don't like our Dante, let's just go and call the original Dante gay and pretty boy Japanesey cute boy and blah blah blee blee blee. This is some crazy shit, man, and I never thought I would be making another DMC video, but after reading this comment, I just had to go search vigorously on Google to see if this was true, and come to turn around, it was true. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? Are you freaking serious? This is unacceptable, and I don't care how you try to put it, but for them posting pictures like that in that main picture, they were being insulting. They were still taking jabs at the fan base. It wasn't just no coincidence of them just joking around and we're just playing and blah blah blah. No, they're still insulting the fan base, and they're just mad because their shitty ass Devil May Cry game didn't fucking sell. And I'm glad it didn't. Let it sit the fuck at 700,000. Who even knows if it'll even get to 1 million, or when if ever it'll get to 1 million. And I don't normally say this about games, but I'm glad that piece of shit failed. It's in the dump. It should have been stopped talked about by now. But NT just can't leave it the fuck alone. They just want to keep on insulting people. Still, I can't even believe there would even be people even backing these people and even defending these motherfuckers after everything they've said and did, and saying they're not bad people and blah blah. No, they are. They've been doing this shit since Heavenly Sword. Open your fucking eyes, for goodness sake. Open your goddamn eyes. And it's even more stupid for you to sit there and tell people to get over it and all this, to tell old fans to get over that they did a reboot and blah blah blah, if you weren't even a person that even played the previous games. You have no room to say any of that shit unless you played the old games and you're enjoying the DMC game. And I'm not gonna beat you down for enjoying it. But please I respect that you like the game, but respect that I have a dislike for it. And a lot of people can't seem to do that. It's like they want you to respect them for liking it, but if you dislike something about it, or you dislike it period, then you're automatically beaten down and called the hater, and you're automatically the whole, oh, you're just mad because of white hair bullshit gets brought up. That shit kills the shit out of me. If anybody can't leave this shit alone, it's you motherfuckers. And you say people are still talking about it 3 months later. No, it's you motherfuckers that are still talking about it 3 months later. all we're doing, all the old fans are doing now, are just sitting to the side and just hoping Capcom can open their eyes and see this and make a proper sequel. That was what we were supposed to get, what we've been waiting for so freaking long. Oh my goodness, this is some crazy mess, man, and I've never seen developers act like this. They and for Capcom to not even come out and say anything and just continue to let them to do this and to insult their fan base. Oh yeah, that's a sure good way for people to not buy your products now or in the future. Cause I know I sure as hell, I'm definitely trying to swear off not buying anything that has Capcom written on it at all. I'm sorry, but you're not gonna talk shit about me and then think I'm supposed to respect you and then buy your product or do this and that for you. You got me fucked up and you got a whole rack of other people fucked up as well. That's crazy talk. That's crazy, dog. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the links in the description. I'm gonna let you guys look at this shit for yourself, cause I'm still like, I'm even still flabbergasted that this shit is even still going on. That they would even still be talking about like the old DMC games like this, and the fans are still taking jabs even till this day because their game sold horribly because they were assholes to the fan base, and Capcom wanted the controversy and all this other mess. And for people, for critics and them telling old fans and people what to do if they didn't like it and they did it and now they're mad at that, so they're going to continue to insult the old Dante and continue to insult the old fan base is ridiculous. And if you can't see this, you're ridiculous as well. And if you're defending them, you're ridiculous after everything they've said and did, even with their previous past games. And you're still defending them and just defending their words and saying, "Oh, it's just a joke." No, anything that comes from them and anything from the DMC series that they say or do now like this is an insult, dude. You can't say it's not. And you're stupid for even defending them. That's ridiculous, man. That's real ridiculous. Somebody said it was actually a better, because the website is actually all in Japanese, but somebody said there actually was a website that actually did cover a bit of it, and they were showing that. But do you really need to read it in English to understand what they're doing with this? No.